On this week's episode, Brent likes it thin, Micah likes it thick, and I like it smoked. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is the bacon episode. Yes! Hit it! Welcome back to the program, nerds. Happy to have you here. I am Larry Brantley. That is Micah Donahoe.
Greetings, programs.
And that is Brent Williams.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Yeah, and along with our producer, Chris Hockenberry, behind everything, we are the Nerdherfers. We are four middle-aged guys who enjoy whiskey and cigars and nerd shit. And hey, it's about time you joined the program. It's time to go to nerdherfers.com, hit the subscribe button, and become a part of all this beauty. I'm pointing at my friends here. If you're listening to the show,
you ain't so bad yourself.
I'm pointing to the guys on either side of me because I am literally wearing a shirt that says "It's too peoply outside." And yes, I was wearing this exact same shirt last episode, but I'm about to be 59 years old and I can't remember what I wore last week. So just deal with it, all right? Everybody else went and changed. I don't even think I washed this damn thing between weeks. I think I just took it home and hung it up. It doesn't matter. Anyway. We also have a YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@nerdherfers. You can subscribe to that and see us in all of our middle-aged glory. Sorry, that was necessary. Anyway, let's jump. Hey, you know what? Hang on.
What's up?
Before we just jump into this episode, which, by the way, I'm pretty excited about, let's just do a little check-in. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
What's been going on with you? Tell me what's been going on in Micah's world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. We don't ever get real on this show, so I've thrown my... Like, Brent is literally sweating right now because he knows I'm about to ask him what's going on in his life. But let's talk with Micah and give Brent a chance to compose himself.
I recently purchased an arcade 1-up Tron machine.
Get out of town.
I'm extremely happy about it.
Wait, is this like a cabinet game?
Yeah, it's the tall one. It actually has Tron and discs of Tron.
Wait, you can play both on the same...
On the same one.
Oh, my God.
Excuse me. Did you get the stool?
I did.
Yeah.
Are you getting any work done?
Oh my gosh! So here's a funny thing. I was actually my wife texted me today because I had to go into the office, and she's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I spent an hour and a half to get here from garage to desk, and what a complete waste of time. And I really, really miss my Tron machine."
Not I miss you, Val. I miss my Tron machine.
Anyone from Micah's job watches this, he didn't mean that.
No. Are you kidding? He loves his job.
No, I love the place. I just
committed.
missed my Tron machine.
Yeah. What's going on with you, Brent? Now, I'm going to say this. All right, look, he won't brag on himself, but I'm going to brag a little bit. So Brent has a daughter who is into theater and all this stuff, and this guy can literally make anything over in his shop, which is just at a camera range. And so, if I'm not mistaken, your daughter did a production of Shrek,
Yep.
right? And so he literally built all the sets for that thing.
Oh, wow.
And he had a little bit of help, but let's face it, it's Brent. He's a control freak, so he did most of it.
You did it all, didn't you?
Himself.
I also have a lot of free time.
And as we're recording this, it was last weekend was show weekend, right? How'd it go?
It went great.
Yeah?
It was amazing. It was such a good show.
Yeah,
They all
so
did so
good.
well, the kids, and everything went great.
Oh, I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, me too, because full disclosure, before the show tonight, Brent showed me a little piece of video of his daughter who played Pinocchio, right? Mm-hmm. And her big number when they all get pushed into the swamp. Uh-huh. She was awesome, and she had to do that stupid voice.
Yeah.
And she had to sing like that.
Yep.
Did she say the gumdrop buttons thing?
No, that was she wasn't Gingerbread Man.
Oh, sorry.
she was
wrong
Pinocchio.
Guy, wrong guy.
Yeah, that's when Farquaad's
And including
torturing
the
Gingerbread
prosthetic
Man.
nose where
It grew.
when they lie, it went, what?
Did you program it to
No,
grow?
no.
I asked him the same question.
I was going to make one, but actually the costume they got came with it, so I didn't have to do it.
Well, that's good though. That's good.
What about you, Larry?
Well, okay. So by the time this episode airs, this will already have happened. But literally tomorrow, we record on a Wednesday. So tomorrow morning, I am getting on a plane and I'm flying to Boston, and then I am driving up to Portland, Maine, to participate in a huge Comic-Con up there called Pine State Expo.
Oh, how fun!
It's a really big one, and I'm very excited actually because there are going to be some celebrities there that I actually want to meet. So, for example, Tom Kenny is going to be there.
Yeah.
The voice of
Cool.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Ross Marquand from The Walking Dead is going to be there.
Nice.
Just some really cool people. So I'm super excited to do this. Maine is one of the states I've never been to before, which there are very few at this point in my life.
I love it.
So it's very difficult to fly to Portland because you have to fly through Washington or you have to fly through Philly or whatever. But so what I decided to do is I'm going to fly to Boston, rent a car, and literally drive straight up the coast.
You're in for an amazing drive.
Did you know?
I'm
I've
really
done that
excited.
drive.
On your motorcycle, I'll bet.
No, I haven't. My wife and I actually visited some friends in Woolwich, Maine.
Okay.
And we actually just decided to drive south to Boston, play for a little while, and then drive back to Woolwich.
Okay.
Did you know that in Texas, khakis are pants that you wear, but in Boston, that's what you start your car with?
Your khakis? Khakis, yeah. Well, you got to pack the car first, and then you got to get in the car,
pack it around the
get
bar.
your khakis out.
You got to
And you got to
park
it's
the car
wicked
around the
awesome.
bar.
It's wicked awesome.
You got to park the car around the bar.
So I'm excited to meet all of the fans. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of anime fans there, a lot of Wishbone fans. But I'm also excited. I want to get a lobster roll
Yeah.
for sure, and then I'm
That's
definitely
it.
going to have some chowder.
Oh, do it.
I got to have some chowder.
You're going to have a great time.
So
man.
I'm very
You're gonna have a great
excited
time.
about that. And we're in the month of April. Next month, my daughter graduates college.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh. And
You can hear his wallet sighing right now.
No, yes, because she has already been informed she is off the payroll, and I love my daughter Ella. I know you watch the show, and I love you with all of my heart. And welcome to adulthood. That's all I can say.
You'll be official.
I'm gonna make your graduation something to remember. Although the way I plan to do it, I may not remember it, but it's gonna be great. So yeah, I just wanted to catch up with you guys.
That's awesome.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Hey, if you've never watched the show before, this is basically how it works, or never listened to the show for all of our friends listening in your cars. Every week, one of us brings a bottle of whiskey for us to sample and review. One of us brings a cigar that we're going to talk about and also review. And then we have this topic of conversation that we're going to nerd out about. And we're going to get all into that in just a few minutes. But before we do that, we like to do a thing called Nerd News. It's last week's Nerd News today. And for that Nerd News, we go over to our anchor desk and our anchor person, Brent, the black and white shirt Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally.
He remembered his cue this time. So what nerd news do you have for us this week, buddy?
Well, do you guys know what the mechanical Turk is? Have you ever heard of that?
The mechanical Turk.
I know Chris knows because he's in software
don't-
development.
I don't know what it is.
Okay. I'll explain it in a minute, but I'm about to tell you what it is in a news story.
I'm going to tell you.
So there's a startup company called Nate, and
Nate?
and what it is supposed to be is an AI shopping agent that's supposed to make it easier for people to shop online, right? Well, the CEO is up against fraud charges because they found out that really what they're doing is there are humans that are doing this. There's no AI. It's just people.
So it's not artificial intelligence, it's organic intelligence.
Right.
It's just intelligence.
I
It's just
don't pay
people.
for organic intelligence, damn it.
So Mechanical Turk. So what that was is, there's a long story, but I'll give you the brief rundown. Basically, it's a machine where there was a machine way back in the Wayback Times where they thought it was a robot. It's supposed to be a robot, but actually there was a person inside of it being the robot, right? So
Thanks, Sherman.
And
they tried to play it off as an actual robot?
Yeah, this is like way back, like what, 1200s, 1300s, something like that. And it's a term we use today in software development. We say we hire mechanical Turks, which basically means we're hiring a bunch of people to go out and do a bunch of manual like testing or data gathering or something
Okay.
that normally a software program or something would do. So
Wow.
So anyway,
Awesome.
I just thought that was
I think we just coined a new term tonight, which is organic intelligence.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Way to go, Larry.
Oh,
I'm
thank
pretty
you.
sure-
He wants a nickel every
We're gonna
time it's
bring
said.
that up. I'm gonna get my residuals. Damn it! What else you got?
Okay, scientists have invented a 3D hologram that you can manipulate. You know, like
Like what Tony Stark
Yeah.
did with when he was doing
Yes.
all.
Oh,
Okay.
my
So,
God.
however, so the way holograms work is they are projected through things called diffusers, which cycle about 2880 images per second or something that makes it look like 3D hologram. But diffusers are typically rigid and hard, so if you try to mess with them, you'd either break them or hurt yourself or whatever. So what they've done is they've used flexible diffusers. So basically, there's still a solid matter there, but you can grab it and move it around and stuff. So like you could grab it and like if it's a cube, you could grab it and like turn the cube and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're getting there. So it's 3D hologram.
Jarvis, I will have you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we're getting
yeah.
close. We're getting
Although
close.
I have to tell you, I want Friday.
Oh,
Yes.
I want an Irish AI.
So what are you picturing?
Well,
I'm kind of
kind of a redhead.
I think you're thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of somebody else.
Okay.
One more? You got?
This is no surprise. So we all know that the big thing in software development right now is everyone wants to use AI to replace coders, right?
Yep.
So, however, what they have found is even though that the models are getting better at actually at generating usable code, because that was the big thing. Like I tried it at the very beginning. I could never get a piece of usable code out of it. It's getting way better now. However,
That's scary.
the models still can't properly debug software. So there's still the human factor needed. And so they're finding all AI models are, they seriously lack in the department. Like they're generating code, but you still need someone to go back and look and go, okay, this is why this doesn't work, or here's how you would fix this.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
So AI can't fix itself.
Right, basically.
Here's the problem. And,
Give it a month.
And maybe this is coming.
Yeah, give it a month. 2 weeks.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem
Give it
is
2
when
weeks.
AI can fix itself, then isn't it self-aware by definition?
Well, okay, so we actually already have those things. We actually have agents that can be built that are actually self-replicating agents, or they can create new agents based on their job description. So if you build an agent to do a certain thing and it needs a process to happen, it can actually build its own agent to go do that process.
Anybody watch The Matrix? I really
Yeah.
hate that they named it Agent.
Or the Terminator. Come on, I think we've been here.
Cyberknife.
Is that the thing
Hello,
that
Cyberknife.
ends programs?
Tonight, after the show, we're meeting up with Linda Hunt, and we're going to go to a building.
we're gonna do
and,
like 1,000 pull-ups.
Yeah,
It's
probably a good
And,
idea.
let's just say we're going to be in the paper next week. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that was a great episode of Nerd News. Fear the future. That's
right.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. Be
Fear
afraid.
it.
Be deathly
All
afraid.
right. Who had a bottle this week?
I had a bottle.
What do you got for us, buddy?
Okay. This is a bottle from one of my favorite distilleries.
You're using the old English. I respect that. Yeah.
The old favorite distilleries. It's down in Fredericksburg. We've actually had a bottle from them before. And Chris was kind enough to bring this back to me.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
This is from the Andalusia.
Andalusia.
Distillery down in Blanco, Texas.
That's right. That is the
Blanco.
correct.
I want to say it
That
right,
is
so
the
I
correct way
don't
to
get
say
canceled.
it.
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled. So I'm gonna say it right. So this is the Revenant Oak. So Revenant Oak. The reason this is named this, they have several versions of this. This is the peated version, right? The mash bill is 100% malted barley.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The reason they call it Revenant Oak, because Revenant is when you revive something.
Yes.
So they actually take what they call dead oak barrels and revive them, and they store this in there, and then they age it in mezcal barrels.
Oh my goodness. Stop it.
And so we tried the Striker.
Yeah, I remember
this,
that.
And
Yeah.
that's my absolute favorite
Love-
bottle they
love the
produce.
Striker.
This has got the little bit of smoke on it.
I'm going to ask you a question, and if you don't have the answer, that's totally cool. I will go and look it up. But do you know how they revive dead barrels?
I actually don't know that.
I'm going to look that up because that
Yeah.
sounds fascinating.
Well,
to
I would
me.
imagine
I mean,
that
it's
they
just
would
some form of recycling. I
They
guess.
probably
Well, I would imagine they
clean
would-
them out and retoast them is what I would think.
Or-
like scrape them out, maybe. you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
do that. And
Producer
maybe
says yes.
Reinfuse them with some sort of liquid as well to get them to swell again.
Well, the
no,
producer
yeah,
said
so-
they basically scrape them out. So I'm guessing.
Well, you have to, because like when I make wine, my wine barrels, I would have to fill them with water every year to reswell them so they seal, and then check them for seals before I
That's
get
what
the
I'm
wine in.
curious about,
Yeah.
because if you think about how many times an oak barrel gets used
Yeah.
over the course of its life
Well,
to the
usually-
point where they say
usually-
it's dead now,
usually
like
it's
how
once.
thin most of those slats be?
Yeah, usually it's once though. I mean,
think?
usually they use it once, and then it goes to the Scotch makers. They get the use the bourbon, right?
All right.
So
Well,
anyway.
I'm excited. Can
Anyway,
we have
that's right.
some? Give us the magic sound. Oh yeah.
All
That was high
right.
pitch.
Nice and clean. I like
Yeah.
that.
All
Nice
right.
and clean.
Glasses, please.
All right. Yes. Yes. Right away. Yep. I like how you just shoved yours over like you're at an Old West bar. That was nice. No. Yeah. You guys swap enough bodily fluids. You don't need to do any more of that.
Oh, cross contamination.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's get a little nose on this. Do a little swirly swirl. Oh, hello. Hello, smoke. Hello. Not too much.
Yeah, it's
It's
just a
not
little.
like a
it's-
Lagavulin or a
Yeah,
Talisker.
it's just a little bit of smoke.
A little bit of ethanol on the nose.
This is 100 proof, by the way.
I'm glad I trimmed my nose hairs before the show today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. There's something.
Ooh, it's spicy.
Yeah, there's almost like a allspice or a cinnamon, like a baking spice on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Ooh, that is
Yes.
tasty.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
tasty.
there's a
It doesn't burn as much as I thought it was. On
no,
those.
there's a very specific. There's almost an astringency on the finish
Mm.
that's not unpleasant at all.
Well, you think about it. It's aged in mezcal barrels.
yeah. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the smoke's coming from.
I don't think it's the smoke.
I
I don't
no,
think it's the smoke.
I think it is
because it's peat. They use peat on the barley.
Okay.
They smoke the barley. But
I-
I'm thinking
I
the
can get
astringency.
that.
I mean, think about when you
I
take
can
a shot
smell
of
that
mezcal or tequila.
mezcal. I can smell the mezcal.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think I got near enough in my glass the first time, so I'm gonna be hitting that up again soon. That is delightful.
Mike has
So
already
that's
put it down.
The Revenant.
Oh no,
Oak,
no, I'll be back.
The Revenant Oak.
Yep.
From Andalusia, in Blanco.
Blanco, Texas.
All right, I think Micah, you had cigars this week. So
I
what
do.
did you bring for us?
I do.
To enjoy?
So this one is one that I've seen on the shelf a couple of times, and I have passed by it. I've never had it before. I don't know what to expect. This is Room 101 Doomsayer.
Okay.
Oh wow!
All right. This
There
is
we go.
from Matt.
Yeah.
This is from Matt Booth.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, but I love
yeah,
the
me
name
neither.
Doomsayer.
I do love Doomsayer.
Yep. This is a Toro. Originates from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, okay.
This wrapper is going to be an Ecuador Habano and Maduro.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Okay.
a hybrid.
The binder is Indonesian, and the filler
What?
is Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Pennsylvanian.
Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Hello. I see why they call it Doomsayer now.
Smells good.
Oh, I might be spending the night here, Brent.
Yeah.
Why?
Ooh.
That just
Oh, sweet.
I can see me getting into this cigar and a whole lot of that whiskey and just going to sleep in this chair.
You sleep out by the pool.
Wait,
Oh, even
when
better.
you said the word sweet, I was like, no. I made sure it was
No,
not sweet
like,
this time.
Not sweet like flavored, but sometimes you get like a sweet chocolate.
Yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
So do your cut and then put your nose on the foot. That's interesting. That's a. That's interesting. I'm getting like some dried grass, like
That's
some
a
hay.
That's a double cap, by the way.
That is a double cap.
Great draw.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, cognac.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
that's the sweet, right?
But not too sweet.
no.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like the after dinner sort of.
Yeah, not flavored sweet.
Nice toasty. Oh,
This is so much better than therapy, you guys.
Oh
I'm
my
just telling you
gosh.
right now.
I could get on board with this.
Same.
Oh.
I've never had this flavor profile before. You know what? I might actually have to check out some more of Room 101.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm getting. So it's.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting some hay, some barnyard. There's definitely that cognac still.
Yeah, raisins,
I was just going to say dried fruit, but
dried
yes.
fruit. Yep. A little bit of black pepper.
Yeah, smidge.
You know,
Smidge of
one,
black pepper.
one of
Pretty
the
good.
one of
That's pretty
the
good.
the tasting notes that somebody mentioned online for this, I just stumbled across it, but they were saying green pepper. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with that either.
When I hear the term green pepper, I think of a green bell pepper.
That's what we're talking about.
And no, I'm not getting that at all.
Okay.
So I mean, but hey, again, this is a completely subjective experience.
Mm-hmm.
People taste what they taste and they smell what they smell, and it's all good. Unless there is a cigar, I'm not going to give the brand name because I happen to know the owner, and I don't know what possessed them to do this, but on their website, one of their cigars, one of the tasting notes they give is manure.
That's weird.
That is weird. But then your brain is primed to taste it. So then I fire the cigar up and I'm like, this tastes like shit.
Guys,
You know-
take a sip of the scotch and then take a hit of this.
First of all, this is whiskey.
Yeah. You
I'm sorry, whiskey.
You say, but it's actually made like scotch. They actually make it like scotch. The green pepper I'm getting is jalapeno.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. like not a super hot jalapeno, but just that like
The
if you,
just a
earthy
little bit.
jalapeno
yeah,
type?
if you take like that little bit of spice that's in
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I can get that.
All right.
I get that. All right, we got our sticks, we got our booze.
Man, this is exciting. Okay. Look, you guys. Tonight we're talking about food. A very specific food. A food that is really just so important to my everyday life. And it is the food that comedian Jim Gaffigan once said is the only food in the world that you wrap around other foods to make those foods taste better.
Even better.
Tonight we're talking about bacon. Yeah, we're talking about bacon.
And
All the bacon.
I got to tell you guys, I don't have an appropriate T-shirt for this, so I chose a shirt that colors.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That
I
goes
see-
to color with
yep,
this.
I see
And
it.
then my daughter bought me
Oh,
I Heart
you have
Bacon socks.
All right, very nice.
So,
So
yes,
it like
eat it.
at this point, I'm just trying to find things to talk about that Micah can't wardrobe match. But apparently, if he can do bacon, there's nothing he can't do.
Oh,
so,
I'm ready to play.
so we're ready. So we're going to talk about bacon. So I know this for a fact because this is what we do, and because last time we talked about candy, I kind of feel like I hijacked a little bit of that because we all had a lot of candy facts.
no.
Well, we all had a lot of candy facts. So this is what I want to do.
It was so much fun.
I know in my heart that each one of us has collected some weird fun facts about bacon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go round robin. We're each going to give a fun fact, and when inevitably you say something about bacon that I had on my list, I'm just going to cross that off and go to the next thing.
Okay.
So Brent, we're going to start with you. Give us a fun fact about bacon.
Bacon is dated as far back as 1500 BC. The Chinese ate salted pork. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where it started.
That's a good one. I can tell you that the word bacon has its origins in the Germanic language, and it literally means the back of the pig. Yeah.
yeah, I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I don't.
I just assumed that
No,
you were going to have all the fun facts.
No, but
can-
I've got bacon stories.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we were going to get to
Yeah.
this. Give me another fun fact about bacon.
A 250-pound pig can yield around 23 pounds of bacon.
Nice.
That sounds delicious.
So,
Nice.
So, and along with that fact is, the bacon we eat is typically pork belly,
Yes.
but European bacon is typically pork back.
Yep.
is that like the Canadian bacon kind of thing?
No, Canadian bacon's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Okay.
That's ham. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
It's
just
ham.
Yeah.
It's ham. Here's another fun fact. In ancient Rome, bacon was actually used as currency.
As it should.
As it should.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be?
What else you got? Show me.
70% of all bacon consumed in the U.S. is at breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not in my house.
Yeah.
I was like, they didn't survey my family.
They didn't survey our families.
That is another fun fact is that the average American consumes about 18 pounds of bacon per year, which just means that we are above average,
That's
my
right.
boys. We are straight above average.
I've always been what's known as a overachiever.
Yeah, especially when it comes to bacon. You got another one for me?
Yeah, the phrase "bring home
Oh,
the bacon."
yes. Tell the story.
Oh,
So
man.
this
I had
originates.
this one.
This originates from the 12th century England,
Yep.
where churches would award a side of bacon to a married man who swore they hadn't argued with their wives for a year and a day.
Yep.
Damn it. I had that one.
Can you
It was actually
imagine?
part of my Patrick Stewart story.
That is part of what
We can
would
still hear your Patrick Stewart.
like if you were one of those guys in the 12th century who was like, I don't want to go to church today. Hey, guess what today is? You have not argued with me for a year and a day. I'm going to church. I'm going to come home with something. I'm bringing home the bacon.
Are these people in Serbia? I mean, what
It
accent is
doesn't
that?
matter. It's 12th century Europe, man. Get with the program. Let me see. Oh, here's an interesting one. So bacon took a beating in the 1980s when many fad diets were targeting the elimination of saturated fats. And then in 1992, Hardee's created the Frisco burger, which was one of the first fast food burgers to be made with bacon. And no less a financial authority than Bloomberg called it a momentous event for fast food and bacon's fate in America.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that was thank you. Thank you, Hardee's, where I've never eaten in my entire life.
Oh, it's so good.
I've never eaten at Hardee's.
I
Not
didn't eat there
Arby's,
once.
Hardee's. You
Hardee's.
eaten at Hardee's?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had family up in Ohio, and instead of McDonald's everywhere back in the
Hard-
80s,
Did
it was
you
Hardee's.
also get your coffee from Tim Horton?
Yeah,
No.
and your
No?
donuts.
But I am aware of the Tim Horton
Oh,
fact.
the Timmy Hose? All right. Come on. I know you have another
Does Larry get
bacon
that?
fact.
Do you get that
Foxy? No, I don't get that.
Tim Hortons,
Tim Hortons. Yeah.
Foxy.
No.
You never saw Wayne's World?
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Dana Carvey does the Foxy.
Yeah. Okay. You got another one?
I do.
Okay, hit me.
Okay. Bacon fat was used to make explosives in World War II.
No kidding.
Yeah. So during World War II, the U.S. government urged Americans to save excess bacon grease rendered from cooking and donate it to the Army to produce glycerin, which is used in bombs, gunpowder, and other munitions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is my favorite bacon fact. In 2015, Oscar Mayer created a dating app called Sizzle, Sizzl, to help bacon lovers find each other.
Oh my gosh.
They had a whole thing where you could talk about the cut of bacon, whether you liked it thin or thick, what kind of smoke, or cured or non-cured.
Wow.
Now,
I
it was
love
a publicity
advertising.
stunt that only lasted for 6 months.
So good.
But a dating app called Sizzle.
That's crazy.
That was awesome.
We need to
There's
revive that.
there's
Brent, get on that.
There's a church of bacon,
There is a Church of Bacon.
and it's got, I think the numbers are what, 300,000 members?
They're up there now,
Yeah.
and their thing is
Praise bacon.
praise bacon.
Yeah.
And then of course National Bacon Day is December 30th.
It's the Saturday before Labor Day.
Yeah.
It's National Bacon Day.
No, it's December 30th.
No, mine says the Saturday before Labor Day is National Bacon Day.
Oh, Bacon's cousin
When
is
National
pancetta.
Bacon Day.
Do what?
Bacon's cousin is pancetta.
Oh, okay.
I stand
Screw
corrected,
you.
sir. I stand corrected.
Rude.
My information was wrong. I'm sorry. International Bacon Day is August 30th. National Bacon Day is December 30th.
There you go.
But there
Okay.
you go. Fun
All
facts
right.
about
All
bacon.
right.
So look, we've all got bacon stories. Let me just say this out front. If you are a vegan, you should not be watching this show or listening to this
Yeah,
show.
shut it down.
We've got nothing for you. We
Yeah,
cannot
sorry.
help you. We have no sympathy for you whatsoever. You're going to die of a wasting disease. And I'm sorry about that. I really am.
Lonely and
But for everyone else, we're going to trade some bacon stories. And Micah is over here literally just giddy with
Oh, no,
bacon
no,
stories. He's a little bit giddy. So hit us up with a bacon story.
The first bacon story that I have is based on the bringing home the bacon thing, because I was working with Patrick Stewart and I took him to his photo shoot, and we're sitting there in the room and we're just shooting the bull for a little while, and then he goes off to his phone because apparently he's texting with his girlfriend for a little while, and then he looks up and he looks over at me and he goes, "Where do you suppose bringing home the bacon comes from?" And I said, "I don't know, but I will find out." Yeah. And then I went to the interwebs and I found that whole story. And I can't remember if you said it in yours, but it was tied to weddings as well.
was it?
Yeah. So when they would do this, it was like the gift to the bride and groom was many pounds of bacon to like go and start their marriage and fuel their food stores.
Very nice.
As a quick aside, I have to tell you, I am loving this glass.
No, it's good whiskey.
I mean, there's just enough smoke and just enough pepper. and
It goes
tons of flavor.
This pairs
This
really
pairs
well.
amazing.
Yep. Thank you, Chris.
That's a good aside. Okay. What's your earliest memory of bacon, you guys?
Just having it for breakfast as a kid and always eating. I mean, bacon leftovers were not a thing in my house.
Oh, no. And they're still not, are they?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't last very long.
Bacon does not last long
I mean,
in
my
any
doctor,
true believer's household.
I tell my doctor I only eat 2 pieces, but you know,
That's such a lie.
if I eat a pound of bacon, I'll just take an extra cholesterol. Your 30-day prescription only lasts 10 days. What's going on?
Overachiever, as I said. Same with you? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with bacon. Bacon was a staple. I mean, we never really did a lot of ham. If we ever did have ham, it was ham and eggs, and we never had like the lunch meat that you just chop up and throw into eggs. My grandmother always bought like a big block of ham and cut it up into eggs and stuff. And when it wasn't that, it was always bacon. So
are you guys old enough to remember when your parents or grandparents would actually bring home a side of bacon?
Oh,
yes.
Meaning that it was not cut?
Yes.
No,
So
no,
you
that's
had
what I
to
was
cut
going
it
to say. That's
yourself?
how my grandparents did it. They brought home
Yeah.
a side, and we sliced around, and we would get like nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
and thick. And of course, you know, we oh yeah. You get very primal very fast with the bacon. But I when I was a kid, I just thought that if you had a piece of bacon that was, you know, let's call it damn near 12 inches long, by the time your grandma pulled it out of the skillet, it was going to be about 3 inches long.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was in my 40s that someone said, "Hey, have you ever tried cooking bacon in the oven?"
We do that.
And I was like, "You're out of your mind."
Yeah, I know.
It's got to be a cast iron skillet that's entirely too hot. Your bacon needs to get this small, or you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
And the first time I did it, it was a complete game changer.
Yeah.
And I just because bacon was always curly, slightly burnt.
So the
Still
reason,
delicious.
The reason whenever I cook breakfast, if I'm making bacon always goes first because then you use the bacon grease to put your eggs in.
Hell
Yeah,
Hell
fry
yeah.
your eggs up in the
Yeah,
bacon grease.
Hell
that's
yeah. Oh,
that's
I
probably
just
one of
did a
mine
bad
because
Ashel.
back in the day, when my wife and I started going out, I started a thing on Sundays that we referred to as Hobbit breakfast. And,
do tell.
Yep. And so what I would do is I would fry up an obscene amount of bacon, and then
First of all, no such thing.
exactly. So a lot of bacon, and then after that, I would dice up a bunch of red potatoes, mushrooms, and onions, and remove said bacon. Throw all that into the bacon grease, which of course those particular items just absorbed all of the rendered fat, and then it was eggs any way you want it, because I can make eggs any way you want. So that and or
real man.
pancakes, waffles. I mean, it was just we just did a Hobbit breakfast. We referred to it as that because we were eating all damn day.
Were you cooking taters?
Yes.
And did you? And I just
Red taters.
I just presume you had second breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because breakfast turned into brunch, that turned into lunch, and I mean, it would just feed us for like half the day.
So here's a question for you guys. Did you ever
Yes.
go to the source? Did you ever have to
Slaughter your own
get
pig?
it from the source? Yeah.
No, I've never done that.
So did you? Tell me your story.
Well, I didn't kill the pig myself, but
How do we know?
how do we know?
You have the look in your eye.
Yeah, you do
I
kind
mean, I
of.
could have done it. Wouldn't have bothered
That
me.
son of a bitch had it coming.
Yeah. No. So,
Don't get me wrong.
so
if a pig had the
grandparents-
chance, he'd kill you and everyone you care about.
Yeah, that's right. So grandparents
Stop being such a delicious animal.
Grandparents, both my grandparents. Well, one grandparent just raised all vegetables. The other grandparent had like chickens and stuff too, along with his garden. But so yeah, we decided one day we were going to go get some fresh bacon, and so we go up to the butcher shop and pick our pig.
You picked the pig?
Pick the pig.
Wow.
So the butcher shop did the actual process
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
We just picked the pig,
So I grew up.
but it was fresh.
I
fresh,
spent.
fresh
Oh
bacon.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up on my Aunt Lillian's. I mean, I spent summers at my Aunt Lillian's ranch in Marble Falls, Texas. And she had a working cattle ranch, and she also had some other livestock out there. And I very clearly remember the year. And well, this happened every year because I would always spend summers there. Wherever we were in the world, my dad was in the military. Summers were always at the ranch. And always at the ranch, once a year, there would be the pig slaughter. And, my Uncle Bud insisted that all the boys, if not participating, at least be present, right? But normally he'd put a knife in your hands and tell you what to do when it came time to pull the pig apart and all that stuff. And so, like, the first time you're a kid and you learn where bacon actually comes from and you had named that animal,
Yeah.
that's a little difficult. That's a little
Wilbur.
difficult. But then, damn it, actually his name was Chuckles. I don't know why. I don't think
Not for very long.
I don't think I named him. He was not laughing at the end. But yeah, I literally had the thing that you just said, which I was like, oh my God, this is so terrible. But then I'm like, well, it's your own damn fault, Chuckles, for being so delicious.
There was a wonderful movie called Not Another Teen Movie where they were parodying help me.
Parodying.
Varsity Blues,
Yeah.
where in that movie they had a pig. They named it something special, but then in that one they called it bacon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Larry, do you remember? I think you were with me when we went to Scott's bachelor party.
Oh yes,
Down
son.
the Buffalo River.
Oh yes,
And
I was there for that.
So we were on the Buffalo River, and then we do our portage for the night.
Yep.
And someone had brought a pig, and they decided they were going to cook it in the ground. But everybody's just like stupid drunk at this point.
Oh, shiza.
And so they just
Stupid drunk doesn't even begin to describe what we were.
It's a bachelor party. So they stick the pig in the ground, they bury it, and they stick the coals and everything. And like 2 hours later, like, let's eat. And we're like, Larry and I were like,
no,
we're going to go gather moss off trees and eat that instead. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So you and I, we could probably do a podcast about that entire day/evening, and it would not be the proudest moment of either of our lives.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is this the one where you woke up on the cliff?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
But before that, it was put a pig in the ground, and then 2 hours later we're like, are you out of your damn minds?
They were kind of.
Well, they actually were. They were literally legally out of their damn minds. Yeah, that was terrible. So bacon had this sort of renaissance in the 90s. Thank you, Arby's. Or sorry, Hardee's. Not to be confused. And then social media came along in the 21st century, and I don't know about you guys, but it does not matter. Like, first of all, I know our phones listen to us. Yes, we've all established that. And bacon comes up a lot in my house because first I'm going to tell you this. When Kristen and I first started dating, we had a date. We had a Saturday morning date at Top Golf, and I didn't know jack about swinging a golf club, but I'm game because she's a hot redhead, so like whatever. So we get in there at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't know this, but they had brunch on Saturday at Top Golf.
All right.
And so if you're in a part of the country or in a part of the world where you don't know what Top Golf is, it basically combines golfing and bowling, right? Because it's just a driving range that has targets on it, and all the balls have little RFID chips in them, and you can score, and there's different games you can play while servants bring you food and drink. It's the best of both worlds.
I think I would call them servers.
Servers. Well,
Servants.
I don't know.
Because
boy,
actually, I thought Larry would be
bring me bacon. Yeah.
I actually do that. Yeah,
Bacon.
It never works. But
Garçon.
So we were there.
Garçon
and,
means boy.
And Chris goes, well, hey, they have a Bloody Mary bar. And I just thought that meant a bar where they make Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, I'm going to go check that out. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to figure out how to swing a golf ball. And about a minute later, she comes running back and she goes, you have to come with me right now. I'm like, what? So we go back there, and apparently the bartender makes your Bloody Mary, and then there's this gigantic garnish bar where you can literally stick anything in your Bloody Mary that you want. Olives.
No judgments?
Citrus wedges, celery, whatever. But at the end of the bar was a giant tub of bacon. And I was like, bacon in a Bloody Mary?
Just give me a plate.
Yeah,
what in the hell? It changed everything for me. And then, so that became my thing. It's like, I will load up, and they've gotten kind of ridiculous over the years. Like, you get on social media and you see these Bloody Marys that have like a whole rotisserie chicken garnished on them and whatever. But bacon is always a part of my weekend Bloody Mary.
That's so
and
great.
Yes, I drink Bloody Marys every weekend.
I was going to say, every time I see a post when you're making Bloody Marys, there's always this huge, thick slice of bacon.
Absolutely.
And that's all I can think about. Is that piece of bacon.
Is that piece of bacon? Well, the Bloody's actually pretty good too, but damn it, it's made better by the bacon.
You've talked about this Bloody Mary for years, year.
I think it can be years.
Has it been a couple years now?
It's been a couple
Well, I mean,
years.
he started the Quarantina during COVID.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
I didn't know him then.
That's right.
That's true.
So, like every single time you talk about it, because I've always had bad experiences with Bloody Marys, I need to try this
do.
legendary Bloody
I'm
Mary.
gonna change your life.
Stop using Mr. T's. for your Bloody Marys.
I don't use it at all.
I'll pity the fool, don't drink my Bloody Mary. Sorry, that was a different Mr. T.
Oh my gosh, recipes. Do you guys have like specialty recipes that you do with bacon?
Well, how about you?
No, I love a heavy bark on a bacon. Like, think like a brisket bark.
No.
No.
Okay.
Thanks for that, but no.
You're welcome.
No, I love a really, my favorite thing to do is to go to the deli and get the really thick sliced bacon that's the black pepper bacon. And there's a black pepper bark all
Yeah,
around
there's
every
that whole
slice.
ridge.
Oh my gosh, that's the best.
That's good
In
stuff.
certain circumstances, the brown sugar bacon is also really good.
That's a really good one too.
I was gonna say we should talk about candied bacon when we get there.
Oh, we can.
Well, I mean, yeah. So oh my God, I have to tell you guys a story. So this week, I live north of Dallas in a little town called McKinney, Texas.
That's a little.
It's not so little anymore. It used to be, not now. Now it's a destination place. But there's a great
It has a
brewery
McDonald's.
There's a great
and
brewery.
a Walmart.
Sorry,
I'm
it's
a little
got
bit
both
more
of
than
those
that.
things. You're getting a little.
I'm sorry.
You're really enjoying that whiskey, aren't you? Yeah, you are. All right, I see you. Anyway, there's a great brewery in McKinney called Tups. And my wife and I were there this weekend because they were doing pet adoption. And we don't go to adopt pets. We just go to pet the hell out of them. Because we can't, we're both traveling so much that we just can't, it would be irresponsible of us to have a pet right now.
No menageries.
There hopefully will be a time, we both really do want to have another dog. Yeah. But hopefully there will be a time. But when we have events like that, we're like, yeah, we're going to get some puppy love and whatever. But Tubbs is also a great brewery. And we were sitting down and having a beer, and I looked across the thing, and I saw this guy from the back, and I was like, that guy stands like somebody I know really well, because when I worked in the restaurant industry, I worked at a restaurant called Harvest, and the general manager was a guy named Toby Thomason. And then I said out loud, that guy stands just like Toby Thomason. And he turned around and it was Toby. And I haven't seen Toby in years. Well, he's now the director of operations at Tubbs Brewery.
All right.
The reason I bring that up is because when Toby and I worked together at Harvest, he was in charge of the bar. And he was the guy who invented the smoked cocktail. Mm-hmm. I mean, he started doing that, and he started doing all these crazy garnishes, and the first one he did was candied bacon. And he would do it all different kinds of ways and basically have it on a tray. So in the afternoon when you came in for the dinner shift, he would just try this and tell me what you think. And of course, it would be gone in 5 seconds.
Right.
Because candied bacon.
How is candy bacon made? Is it just like caramelized sugar?
Brown sugar.
Basically brown sugar, and then they, and then what he would do additionally is he would smoke it, and then cook it off, and then he would cut it up into little cubes, and then that's what you garnish a drink with, and it was brilliant.
Sounds good.
Brilliant. But I've also seen guys who get really crazy, and they'll take something like a prime rib roast or even a meatloaf, and they'll waffle it with bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Braid it.
Braid it. Okay. I can't do that. I tried once, and I discovered that if I ever had to knit or weave or anything for my survival, that I would be dead.
All right, I've got something.
All right.
So, in my absolute love for that animal, I wanted to find a dish that I could create that would incorporate just about everything that I could find. So I went out and bought myself a pork roast, and I cut 3 slits in it and put garlic, shoved them right down in there. Glazed that with the best barbecue sauce on the planet, which is called Austin's Own.
I know that sauce.
It is my all-time favorite. My mother-in-law introduced me to it, and now I do not use any other.
I mean, it's
for the past 20 years.
Heinz 57.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
Damn!
All right, so get this.
Gauntlet thrown.
We've got the pork roast. We've got the pork roast with the garlic in there, glazed with the barbecue sauce. Then I take sliced ham lunch meat, and I wrap it all the way around it. Glaze. Then I take smoked sausage and I slice it long ways into flat strips. Then I wrap that, and then I create a layer of bacon that is braided in a really large one, and then I put the pork roast in that, and then I wrap the whole thing in that, and then bake it. It is fracking fantastic.
So it's pig on pig on pig.
We actually call it the pig.
Does it come with a statin?
I actually keep that in my bathroom, so you can have that if you want to.
In the very center of it, just crushed up statin pills.
You know, as time went
right next
on,
to the garlic.
We renamed it because my daughter was going to Arkansas, so we actually renamed the thing as the Razorback.
Do you remember when we were at JWT, John used to bring in that bacon thing he made that was bacon on bacon on bacon, and the outside was braided bacon and stuff. It was death by bacon. Or something they called it.
So good.
I would love to try something called death
by
bacon.
The thing that you can eat this when you slice it up, and of course it's got once you slice it, it's got so many different layers. But typically, what I do is I'll slice it into sandwich-sized pieces and then eat it on a sandwich. So you just kind of layer it on there. So you've got like all of these different things at once. It's delicious.
Let's talk about, this is the worst transition ever. Let's talk about the first third of the cigar.
Why did we not fry up some bacon for this episode? Because
I
now
know.
I'm just like,
Chris,
bacon.
Chris, why didn't you fry bacon?
Yeah, producer.
You can't blame him.
Yeah.
He doesn't live here.
So he could have brought bacon.
Yeah, he could have brought it.
You know, he brought whiskey.
He thought about the whiskey. He thought about the candy last time, but he didn't think about the bacon this time. I'm judging you.
Yeah.
Well,
You're only as good as the last thing you do, Chris. I'm sorry.
damn.
I believe you owe Brent a big screw you.
And then we had to find a new producer because we made the old one cry. And he told us to go ourselves. Now I really want bacon. But what are the ways that you guys... Okay, first of all, in my house, what I'll do on the weekends...
Wait, do you want to do the first third first?
Yeah, okay, I guess. I thought we were getting off topic. But
Well, yes, we were.
first third.
That's what we do.
Let's go.
I'm getting bacon.
Are you now?
So much. Applewood smoked bacon.
Yeah.
This is this actually changed a little bit for me.
It did. So the spiciness is gone for me.
Really?
And I don't know if that's the whiskey doing that.
Mine
or what.
dialed back to a white pepper and some cocoa.
Yeah, I'm getting the cocoa for sure. And the
Yep.
spiciness is just really not there anymore.
I'm not getting it either, but it's really super smooth. I'm still getting a lot of earth tones, like
Yeah.
fresh turned dirt and hay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way. That's good stuff.
well, then we know that's your wheelhouse.
Yep, 100%.
I'm still getting a little bit of that cognac though.
Are you?
Are you really?
Yeah.
I wish I was because I'm not getting any more cognac or raisin. I'm just in that cocoa and earthy tones that he was talking about.
Have you retrohaled yet?
No, hold on.
Let's do
Retrohale.
that.
And tell me if you're still not getting it.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
My pleasure.
Oh.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're bloody welcome.
Wow.
All right, so here's a fun story. In 2017, my then girlfriend and I took our 3 kids to Ireland. Now, we all knew when we got to Ireland that at some point I was going to propose to Kristen, and she was allegedly going to say yes.
Allegedly?
Allegedly. But my kids...
Is that what she likes about her?
My kids...
That's what she appreciates
We're
about you.
okay. Go ahead, get it out of your system.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, Larry, go.
Sorry, Larry.
Oh, sorry,
Whenever
man.
you're ready.
Larry wants
No,
to talk.
we're
wants to
ready.
talk. Sorry.
No, we're ready.
Larry's
We're
talking.
ready.
Yep. Sorry.
Why all the dead air, Larry?
You tell me, Micah. When all the way over on the long flight across the drink, my kids were like, I can't, because we were arriving at like 8:30 in the morning, and the kids were like, I want to have a traditional Irish breakfast. I can't wait to have a traditional Irish breakfast. And I kept saying to them, you need to temper your enthusiasm because I've had a traditional Irish breakfast, and knowing the 3 of you, I don't really think you're going to like it. No. We're so excited. We're going to go native and have a traditional Irish breakfast. Okay. So we get in the car. We're driving out of Dublin. The first little town we hit outside of Dublin is called Kildare. And now everybody's nice and hungry. I'm like, okay, we're going to pull over. We find a restaurant. We go in. It's practically deserted. But, the kids sit down, and this lovely server, her name was Nancy. She's a lovely, lovely elderly woman. What can I get for you? And all 3 kids order a traditional Irish breakfast. I ordered a Guinness and coffee, which is also a traditional Irish breakfast.
I was going to say, I think you got it.
Yeah,
on
I got it right. So the plates come out, and here's what they contained. 2 of the runniest. They had not even been cooked. I think they'd just been poured out onto the plate. No
Extra
cooking,
soft-boiled.
No cooking whatsoever. What they called bacon that was most definitely not bacon. It was barely ham. Blood pudding, baked beans, and a slice of tomato that had been thrown onto a flat top grill for about 5 seconds on one side. That's your traditional. By the way, if you don't know, that's your traditional Irish breakfast.
There you go.
And they plopped that down, and I swear to you, all the kids were like, what is this? I'm like, you asked for a traditional Irish breakfast. That is what. Well, where's the bacon? Well, do you see that curled up piece of pink that looks like it might be a mushroom? That's your bacon. They're like, that's not bacon. I'm like, that's what I tried to tell you on the 8-hour flight from here.
Yeah.
They should have ordered it as, can I have a traditional Irish breakfast well done?
Well, and then it gets better because then my youngest
And they'd be
boy,
like, tourist.
I mean, I mean, if you well done the whole breakfast, then the eggs would be cooked and the bacon be cooked.
my youngest boy goes, do you have any hash browns? And the lady goes, oh, I'm so sorry, love. There was a tour group in right ahead of you, and they ate all the potatoes in the place. And he goes, I'm in Ireland and I can't get a potato. There you go, bud.
And then she slapped him and
Oh, no. She didn't. She slapped me.
Because it's the father's fault.
It's always the father's fault, isn't it? But yeah, so, you know, what we think of as bacon is actual bacon. But you go elsewhere, not so much.
Yeah. I ordered bacon in London, and it was just a slice of ham.
yep.
Yeah.
Get some beans on toast. for
Oh,
breakfast.
Now, when it comes to beans in the morning, now the only time I've ever had beans in the morning was actually in Belize, and it was all black beans.
Yeah, I was gonna say black beans are traditional.
Bean Lees?
Oh, they were so wonderful.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw a challenge out to you guys.
Hit it.
Is there any culinary circumstance where bacon does not improve a food or a meal?
I mean, I haven't found it yet.
Strawberry cheesecake.
Nope.
Disagree.
Disagree.
I don't know. I was just
First of all, I freaking hate cheesecake, but if you wrap it in bacon, I'm going to try it.
I was just reaching for some. I don't know. Margarita? No, because there's salt there.
Yeah. Or tahine, if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
I'm starving right now.
I am too.
I
I'm
know.
so hungry.
I am starving. And there's only one thing I want,
Bacon.
and it's not
Brussels sprouts?
not bacon. No,
I think
it's
there's a
not
Waffle
that.
House near here.
There is a Waffle House near here. That's going to
If
be.
only you
we're
didn't
gonna
have
do
to
the
get on a
post show at
plane.
Waffle House.
That's right.
If only you didn't have to get on a plane, man.
The cool thing is
Be breakfast right after
is
this.
we get to take our shirts off if we go to Waffle House.
Well, that's true. It's the only way you can get arrested.
Oh my gosh! So do you just wait in a Waffle House so that you can tell each individual person to put their shirt back on?
When I walk in, put your shirt back on. Put your
I
shirt
do. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Keep your shirt on.
This is not our podcast. Keep your shirt on.
back on. Yeah. Look, let's just cut this episode short. We got to go to the Waffle House. I need bacon stat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting a bacon burger on my way home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I might get a bacon burger on the way home. Or I might just go home and cook some bacon.
Do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, I no. Come on, Chris. Fried Spam in bacon grease? First of all.
Well, if there's only one way to improve the taste of Spam.
Well, I don't argue that it could make it marginally better,
Yeah.
but people have been trying to figure out what's actually in Spam since 1939 when the product came out.
Spicy pork and meat.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, don't.
Just eat
There you go.
You know
Don't
why
ask
you know
questions.
why we have Spam? World War II.
World War II.
Yep.
Yep. I tried one time. I tried smoking it just to see if it would taste any better.
And
it does not.
It does
yeah,
not.
no.
I tried it once.
I did grow up on spam sandwiches.
Spamwiches?
I mean, I grew up in Garland. I told you I grew up poor. Not poor, but pretty close. And spam sandwiches. I mean, we had a set menu every night or every week.
Oh, yeah.
So like Monday night was a certain thing, and Tuesday night.
Absolutely.
We had tuna fish touchdown. We had my mom called stuffed wieners, which is basically you slice a hot dog down the middle and stick cheese in it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I
fried
actually
spam.
used to do.
Yeah.
We used to. So that's something that still happens at the house sometimes. We'll slice a hot dog long ways, but keeping the ends. Put the cheese inside, then wrap it in bacon.
I was gonna say wrap it in bacon.
Wrap it in bacon,
And-
and then wrap it in a croissant and bake it.
Oh wow, that sounds good.
It is tasty.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Take any food anywhere.
I know my mouth is like watering constantly.
And add the words wrap it in bacon. You've made it better.
I mean, I make what are they called? Shotgun shells, where you take a jalapeno, put cream cheese in it, wrap it in bacon, and put it on the smoker.
Shrimp
Yeah.
bruschetta. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Shrimp bruschetta.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you slice, you butterfly shrimp.
Yep.
And then you take a strip of jalapeno, some pepper jack cheese, wrap it in bacon, skewered, grill.
yeah.
It takes so long to prep and seconds to eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on the second third of the cigar. Are you guys there?
I don't know if I'm almost there.
Yeah.
You're talking too much,
halfway.
man.
Mike is there.
I'm definitely there.
I got to relight.
This is
Consistent.
Yeah.
I'm digging on this. I've never heard of Room 101.
Have we not had a Room 101 before? I feel like we have.
I don't think so. So, does anybody know who Matt Booth is?
No, we had the aging room.
Oh, aging room. Thank you. Okay, that's correct.
Does anybody know who Matt Booth is?
Never met him.
Apparently, he's a pretty famous creator of cigars.
Well, there's
Anyway.
a lot of those guys running
Yeah.
around.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I'm getting the same thing. I'm still getting the hint of chocolate, the cognac, the spice is gone. So second, third is still pretty consistent.
Yeah, I got a little bit of white pepper, so my spice.
I
is
do
not
notice
completely
that
gone.
my cigar is kind of, if you look at the shape of my cigar, it's kind of flaring up at the end where it's heated.
Okay.
Is yours doing that?
It is actually. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little bit of baked bread now at this point. Which is interesting because that is the thing that my wife has decided is therapy. So we don't eat bread in my house.
You know what? Now that you say that, I get like the bread for me is like a pumpernickel.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't eat enough pumpernickel to be able to recognize
I
that,
do.
but probably.
I do. I don't know if I'm getting pumpernickel, but
Well, we need to do a bread episode then because I have things to teach you.
Okay, let's go.
You know, all the things my doctor tells me not to eat because of high cholesterol? Mm-mm.
and bread is one of them.
Well, I mean, bread's got tons of carbs and stuff.
I mean,
yeah, but if you're
doesn't help
burning
you out.
them,
Yeah. I'm not
like
burning them.
I'm
The problem is I'm a software developer, 8 hours a day in a chair, so, you know.
super exciting. Well, this has been fun. But you know what? I got to tell you, I kind of want to do some dad jokes right now. Does
Let's
anybody
do some
else
dad
doing that?
Dad jokes.
Hit it, buddy.
It's the greatest joke in the world.
Wait for it. There we go. It's my favorite part. And not just because I did it. This is a part of the show that we call the greatest joke in the world. This is a way where we do a round robin, 3 rounds of dad jokes. And the whole point is just to try to make each other laugh. So we are going to see how that works out. And we're going to start this week with Micah.
Whoa.
I was once asked. I was once asked what kind of superpower would I want. I said hindsight. They said that wouldn't help anyone. I said, I can see that now.
Oh, Lord.
You got him to laugh. You laughed and he kind of snorted.
They
a little
are
bit.
dad jokes. They are dumb.
They are dumb jokes. Okay. What is the difference between light and hard?
Oh, tell me.
You got it? It's easier to sleep with the light on.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't
Micah
get it.
doesn't get it.
Hang on, Micah. Think about it.
Say it again.
What's the difference between light and hard?
Oh,
There it was.
Yeah.
There it was.
I thought you said light and heart.
Look, listen to me. I'm gonna lay a truth bomb on you.
Hang on.
Larry's jokes always have to do with some bodily part or function.
Yes.
Not always.
Yes.
Although most of these do. Most of these do. All right. Wait.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn. Go.
What did the fish say when it hit a wall?
Yeah.
Damn.
I have a dad joke. All right, this is a bonus dad joke, and you're going to have to bleep me, okay? I know it's harder for you editorially. How do you get a witch pregnant?
Yeah, we already did this one.
Did we?
Yeah, we already did
All
this
right,
one.
never mind. All right, Mike, over to you.
Speaking of fish,
Wow. Love that segue.
there are 2 fish in a tank. One looks at the other and says, "You drive, I'll do the shooting."
Wait, what? Oh,
No,
fish in a barrel.
No.
No.
A tank.
Oh,
Get it? An
gotcha.
actual tank.
Gotcha.
As if
Okay.
fish could drive an
All right.
M1 Abrams. All right. A naked man
Yep, here we
broke into a church. The police chased him around and eventually caught him by the organ. Who did that? You did that.
That's my fart sound.
Yeah, sure it is.
I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I'm not sure what they're laced with, but I've been tripping all day.
I will scratch that one off my list.
Larry's follow-up was funnier.
You cut me deep, Micah.
Cut me deep, man.
Cut me deep.
Deep.
All right. A termite walks into a bar and says, "Is the bartender here?"
Oh no, I get it. I get it.
Takes a
Chris loved that joke.
It's like one of those.
Chris loved that joke. I just watched a documentary on marijuana, and now I think all documentaries should be watched that way. Can I tell you, we laugh so much more now that we know there's not some horrible penalty to be had. We're actually enjoying ourselves now, boys.
Now I'm just kind of dreading Brent's like fart noise at the end of a joke.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm really pissed off because after years of faithful service working at the Pepsi factory, I got let go. I tested positive for Coke.
That one was kind of obvious. Wow.
Dang it.
Wow, man. That was harsh.
Wow.
All right. Before we end, any bonus jokes that anybody wants to throw out?
I got one.
All right. Bonus joke.
What do vegan zombies eat? Grains.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. That's pretty good. Great.
Hey, I got a bonus one too.
All right. Bonus me.
Never trust atoms. They make up everything.
I always liked that when I saw that on a
I
t-shirt.
did. Yeah. Also scratching off my list. And that's going to do it for this version of...
It's the greatest joke in the world.
Hey, here's a thought. If you have a dad joke, why don't you submit it to us?
Yeah.
If we like it, or even if we don't, we'll probably say it on the show, and we will absolutely give you credit for it. All you have to do is go out to nerdherfers.com, hit subscribe while you're there, and drop your dad joke on us. You can also do that in the comments section of our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@nerdherfers. And we will read your dad jokes on the air because we have no pride and no shame and nothing to lose.
Oh, in the store.
And
Plug the store.
Jesus Christ.
Every time. He's just
Every
like,
time. Hey,
he's supposed
we
to
have
sell
a
brown
merch-
bottle bags.
We have,
He does.
we
And
have a
brown
mer-
socks. And brown shirts.
And the thong.
And not a brown thong.
Thank God.
Not. Oh, I want to say something about the shirts. Just
Go
so you
ahead.
know,
Go ahead.
Not only do we have wonderful Nerd Herfer merch out there with all the branding that you could possibly want, but there are four T-shirts on there. One is Star Trek themed, one is Star Wars themed, one is Uturaman themed, and the other is a wonderful image that our producer put together for us that is a cross between Letterkenny and Ren Fairs.
That's right.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. All right. God, do we have anything else to talk about on this show?
I mean,
No, let's do it. Let's
yes,
close it.
but no.
Good stuff.
Yes, but no. I like that.
Bacon's good.
Very nice.
Bacon's delicious.
Bacon is good.
So good.
So listen,
Oh my
I want
God.
some bacon.
we're all going to Waffle House now, and if you would like to meet us there, we would love to meet you.
We'll fight you at the
in person.
Waffle House.
We will
Yeah.
fight you at the Waffle House.
And we will laugh.
And we will laugh, and we will not have shirts on.
We'll
So
actually-
just so you know.
We'll laugh because we were there and you'll show up, and that was like weeks ago.
That was literally 2 weeks ago. Sorry, you missed us at the Waffle House. But you can probably read about us on the news that day, so good times. Hey, thanks for joining us on this episode of Nerd Herfers. I'm Larry Brantley. That's Micah Donahoe.
Live long and prosper.
That's Brent Williams.
Keep your shirt on.
Saying thanks to our producer, Chris Hockenberry. We will see you next time, and until then, keep baking. Or praise bacon.
Praise bacon.
Praise bacon.
Baking it up. Bacon do.
Praise bacon. This has been a production of Nerd Herfers. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved. No portion of this broadcast may be used without permission. Please visit nerdherfers.com for more information and full legal disclaimer.